What's up, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are checking out some Armored Kill gameplay, Battlefield 3, doing another Dear Dragon. So I asked you guys a few weeks ago to submit some questions if you had any for me, and I would try to take them on. And so several of you have done that, and if it takes me a while to reply, it's because, you know, I'm trying to put some thought into it, and so I've got a few lined up. And this first one that we are tackling actually comes from a fellow YouTuber. So this is from Untouchable Wolf. He does commentaries as well. And he replied to me after he watched my introvert and extrovert video. So he watched that and he sent me this message. Dear Dragon, you sound a lot like me. That's why I wanted to ask you a few questions regarding when you started your YouTube. Did you ever get nervous doing commentaries or let others bother you if they gave you bad feedback or were negative? It was really surprising to hear that you were an introvert as well because of the fact that you're so big on YouTube. And so whenever I posted up the introvert video, I actually had a couple of comments from people who said I couldn't really be a true introvert because I do YouTube videos. And the only thing that I can say to that is whenever I'm doing videos, it's not me sitting and talking to 50,000 subscribers. It's me in my room alone with the microphone. It's just me and the microphone. And it's usually the time that I feel most comfortable, and I can sit there and I can do a commentary, and if it's bad or I don't like it, I just hit delete, and nobody ever heard that except for me. So it really has been almost, I guess, kind of therapeutic for me to be able to do YouTube, because it has allowed me to open up a lot more than what I used to, but it's still very much me being introverted because whenever I do this, nobody else is in the house usually. It's just me and my dogs and the microphone. And, you know, I might do several commentaries over the same subject and delete most of them, or sometimes even all of them. So sometimes I might do a commentary and it never sees the light of day. Nobody ever sees it. And that's one of the perks about being able to record something, and then if you like it, then you can upload it. So whenever I first started, you asked me if I ever got nervous doing commentaries, and when I first started this, I started it because I joined a clan, and we were playing the game End War, which was a real-time strategy game, and it was pretty in-depth. There were so many different tactics and things that you could do within the game, and this clan that I was a part of, people would join it, and so we would try to teach them what we knew. It was people who wanted to get better at the game. So what I did was I started recording gameplay and just doing commentaries about End War and how to become better, like giving tactics, giving strategies. And so whenever I started, I didn't start with the mindset that I'm going to go, you know, do YouTube. I'm going to go become famous or get all these subscribers or viewers. It was nothing like that. I did it purely out of trying to help people. And still, whenever I do commentaries, that's usually what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to do some type of tutorial most of the time, or, you know, sometimes I do entertainment stuff or try to make you laugh or something, but I try to give something. I try to give, whether it's information or news or entertainment, I try to deliver something. So whenever I first started, you can go back and you can watch some of those videos. They were very bland. They were very boring. It was just me giving out fact. And, you know, I did get lots of feedback. Some of it was constructive criticism, which is good. You should never back away from constructive criticism, because people catch things and they see and hear things that you don't see, or that you may not see. So constructive criticism, I don't consider that negativity. I think that's actually a really good thing. And if you're going to grow as a person, no matter whether you're doing YouTube or anything else in life, you need to be able to handle constructive criticism. And so as you put out these videos, as you put yourself out there, some people are going to like you, some people are going to follow you, subscribe to you, and then some people are just going to hate on you. And that's where I'm going to address your next question, Untouchable Wolf, which is, how do you handle bad feedback or negative feedback? So I'm keeping this separate from constructive criticism, which I don't consider negative or bad feedback. But if people are being trolls to you, if they're being mean or just, you know, saying things to get under your skin, how do I handle that? You know, as a YouTuber, you have a lot of power. You can block people, you can delete comments, and I try not to do any of that. I just let them be. And what I have found is that the positive always outweighs the negative. And, you know, think about it. If these people are following you around posting negative comments, more than likely they're 13, 14 years old, and you probably remember what it was like when you were 13 or 14. Things were very confusing, and you didn't know where you were headed in life, and so you're just pissed off at the world. I was a pissed off teenager, as were most boys, I think, growing up, and I eventually outgrew it. I eventually got a head on my shoulders, and so I try to just let the negatives be. And what you'll find is that the positive people, the people who follow you, who enjoy your content, they'll downvote those comments, they'll reply to your video, and they'll usually push those comments down. And if you reply to them, if you give them the reaction that they're wanting and desiring, then you just kind of encourage it, and you actually give them more power by addressing them. So if I was you, I would just address the people who are your fans, the people who you actually work for. Because whenever I do videos, I don't do it for the people who are sitting there telling me, Dragon, you should stop doing videos. Your voice sucks, or you sound stupid, or you screwed up in this part. If you do videos, you're going to screw up, you're going to make mistakes, and you can either focus on the negative or you can focus on the positive. And this goes for anything in life. And so I try to always stick with the mindset of trying to stay positive. I'm sure you've met people that, you know, all they do is they bitch and complain and moan, and it just everything's negative. Negativity to a max. Those people, have you ever met one of those people who are happy? None of them are happy. And so if you let yourself just be drowned, or if you drowned in negativity, then you're going to feel awful. And so I would just say focus on the positive, and you do it for your fans, you do it for the people who come back, who love your content, who you're trying to help out. And if you stay focused on that, you'll be a lot happier person. And the funny thing is that with YouTube, you know, negative comments, whether it's negative or positive, YouTube don't care. And so according to their algorithm, the more likes or dislikes you have, the more comments that you have, it actually helps your video. So that's why I don't delete comments. I just sit there and kind of laugh in the back of my head, because whenever these people post something, or they're trolling me, or whatever else, they don't even realize that all they're doing is helping my video, because by them commenting, whether it's positive or negative, they're helping me out. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Don't let it get to you. And, you know, I have grown tremendously throughout this experience. Whenever I first started off, it was nowhere as good, at least I hope, as it is now. And a year from now, hopefully, if I'm still doing this, I hope that my commentaries then will be a lot better than they are right now, right when you're watching this video. So it's just constantly about improving, and you know, taking the what you hear and building upon it, and trying to do better, and just focus on your fans, because those are the only ones who matter in the end. All right, Untouchable Wolf. So I hope that answered your question. If you want to go check out Untouchable Wolf's channel, I will leave a link in the description box. You can go check him out and maybe leave him some positive feedback. And if you would like to submit a question for me to try to tackle, be sure that you do that. You can send it to me here on YouTube, or you can hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. I'll leave the links in the description box. As always, I appreciate you watching, guys. And if you're not a subscriber, I would hope that you do so. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.